presentation about myself, Mrs. Ganem, and my art room, room 125. Here's a little bit about me. This is my 6th year teaching art in Strongsville. I used to teach at Sarrar Elementary before the middle school opened, so I came to the middle school here last year. For college, I went to Ohio University and I graduated with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Art Education and a minor in painting. I have 2 sons, Charlie and Blake. Charlie is here on the left. He just turned 3, and Blake is 1. I don't have any pets, no turtles, no dogs, no cats. Kids are enough for me right now. You might be wondering what your grade is based on. So, of course, all of your projects, your grades are based on that. It's not necessarily the best looking project gets the best grade. A lot of projects will look different, and even if the person next to you looks like they did better on the project than you, they might not get as good of a grade because they might have not followed the directions or been participating on the whole project. We will do different sketchbook activities. That will be for a grade, a lot of color theory, color mixing, stuff like that for you to be introduced to the project that is coming up. Studio habits are something new that we are doing this year, and basically you'll get 100 points per quarter. So you'll see soon you'll get 100 points shown in your Power School. And what happens is they work similar to participation points. If you're not on task, if you're not following the directions, if you leave without cleaning up your table, points are going to be deducted each time. Okay? A lot of you will probably keep all 100 points. You can actually even earn extra studio habit points with an art exploration center that I'll talk to you about in the next week or 2. Piggybacking on that, on your phone or your parents' phone, they can get an app for Power School, and it'll notify you when your grade change or when teachers put in grades. So there's no reason for you to not be aware of what your grade is and what you're getting. Okay, I don't want to see you at the end of the quarter asking me why you got a certain grade on a project that we did 2 months prior to that. During IE time, you will also be reviewing your grades and making sure that all of your assignments are turned in, graded, and complete. And the last one is assessment activities. Those are just different reflections that we might write about your artwork, self-assessments that we do. We will be taking an SLO test. The pre-test is not for a grade. The post-test at the end of the year will be for a grade. We don't do a lot of tests or quizzes, but we will do a few of them. What I expect for you to come to class on time with a pencil and eraser, sit in your assigned seats, and make sure all of your books and backpacks for other classes are placed neatly on the back shelf. They can also be placed underneath the sink if there's not enough room. There's a sheet that looks similar to this, except it says Ganem Tardy Sheet, and that's hanging on the bulletin board right by the door when you walk in. If you are late without a pass, you will silently come in and sign this tardy sheet. You will write your name here. This column is for the the period that you're in, so 2A, 2B, 6A, 6B, and then the date. So you would write, August 28th. That would be your first offense. This is your second offense. This is the date for your third offense. When you arrive and you sit in your seat, you're going to look up at the chalkboard for your daily agenda, okay? Whichever one is your grade. On the smartboard, on the whiteboard, is going to have the exact instructions of what to do today, what materials you're going to be using, any reminders, homework, stuff like that. This will change daily. This chalkboard up here will change maybe weekly. Listen to directions, presentation, or demonstration, and ask questions and get supplies. You need to get to work quickly and quietly. As far as storage and organization go, this is the area that the 6th grade Green Day folders will go on, the 6th grade White Day folders, and the 8th grade is up here. Make sure you're using the table folder that corresponds to your period. All of the totes down here that you guys learned in the scavenger hunt are matching up to your table number. So don't open this drawer up and grab the marker that you need. Take the whole tote to your table in case somebody else needs it. Make sure that when you put these back, they're in the right place and they're also in that groove so they don't fall out of that slot. Also, a note about portfolios. Typically, I'll put them for your class on the front table. If I forgot to do that, or if there's a substitute and I'm not in here, then you're going to one of you guys can get that portfolio out of here and put it on the front table. This is what your portfolios look like, and then inside they have the table number numbers that they correspond with. Each period has a different storage system for their sketchbooks, so make sure that you are putting them back in the proper place according to your seat number or the proper bin according to your class period in a neat and organized fashion. Remember, no sketchbooks are leaving the art room. And you are expected to clean up after yourself. And if you finish a little bit early, I might have you cleaning up after other kids. Everybody helps make the mess. Everybody helps clean it up. So put the supplies back where they came from, the artwork in the correct table folder, or if it's wet with glue or wet with paint, it goes in the drying rack, correlating with the proper period. And wash and dry your table with a sponge if necessary. The rules are clearly posted at the bulletin board when you walk into the room. Be prompt, prepared, respectful, safe, and positive. The consequences for these rules will be a verbal warning, loss of studio habit points, detention warning or detention, or an office referral. Severity of incident may result in immediate referral. With our tardy policy, if you are tardy to class after your third unexcused tardy of the quarter, that is when you will receive a detention. These key items that will be strictly enforced is the use of cell phones. I went over this already. They should be out of sight and used only when the teacher allows you to do so. If you do not have a permission, it's an automatic detention. Water bottles, if I see them being flipped, they're mine. You can have them, you can drink out of them, don't flip them, don't let your friends flip them. Fidget spinners, let's try to keep those out of sight. And backpacks. Again, if you have a special circumstance, then I will allow you to have a backpack, but talk to me first. Otherwise, only the drawstrings. A lot of problems with backpacks. We were having people steal items from the art room, and I think that was a big problem, is having the backpacks to put them in. So, warning, the SMS Art Department has a zero tolerance policy on damage, theft, or disrespect of art supplies. If something happens on accident, you're not in trouble. If you're purposely breaking pencils or jabbing scissors into glue sticks, then we have a problem. Automatic detention. And finally, the areas that are off limits to students are, there are two areas. Look around the room and tell me what you think they are.